maybe just skip forward a little bit. Sorry.
And propelled by love, and the dolphins set up in chapter 3.
You remember the dolphin?
You remember when I set up a dolphin? They swam to safety. The end.
Well, that was terrible. But I kind of liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to go on another date?
Okay, sure.
Great. You know, this is kind of fun. I think I'll come back next week.
Oh, no. You can never return.
Okay. No problem. Bye, new friends.
You think you outsmarted me? I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, who are you talking to?
I've been locked out.
The old Castellano lockout, huh? Yeah, I spent a lot of nights on this porch.
Hey, I need to apologize to you. You're not some crusty old tyrant who enjoys yelling at me. You have to be this way because you're raised by a bunch of thoughtless spaghetti heads who have no consideration for anyone else's time.
Don't say spaghetti head.
I'm sorry I called them spaghetti heads. I heard someone say it on a Nick at Night show. Is it offensive?
Yes, it is, but I appreciate it.
Okay.
I think I sometimes overreact to you being late. Because of some stuff with my dad.
Oh. I would like to press further for details, but I won't.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm very sorry, and I will never be late again. I mean, I'm gonna really try not to be.
Come here. I like you on a Staten Island porch.
I would rather die. I need to go inside. I have to apologize to your mom and Dot for some reason.
Okay. I'm really liking that hair. It's doing it for me right now. You look like my aunt.
What? What's wrong with you spaghetti heads?
Stop saying spaghetti heads.
Now, from Indiana's most watched news station, teen arrested.
A high school student accused of killing a man out for his evening walk. Tonight, who this teen is and the outrage from people who knew the victim.
Wintry mix.
The rain showers are moving out. The temperatures are going down. It's getting colder. There are rain chances and more snow chances in my forecast. I'll have the time.
Results are in.
The polls are closed. Results are pouring in. We have live team coverage on how these results will affect your family.
Breathing easy. A wastewater treatment plant mocking up the air in one central Indiana town. What's being done to help residents breathe easier? Team in turmoil.
Drug and alcohol problems for IU's basketball team tonight. Some are calling for Tom Crean's job. What his players are saying. Fox 59 News at 10 starts now.
From Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 News at 10.
Rain has moved out tonight, making for a foggy, cold evening across central Indiana. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Fanchon Stinger. The cold air will be here for a while, and that means it's looking like another chance for snow is on the horizon.
Here's Fox 59 Chief Meteorologist Brian Wilkes, your weather authority. Hi, Brian.
Bob, good evening. No fear of any flurries flying across central Indiana tonight. The rain has moved out of the area. The temperatures are cooling down, but we've got some dry time setting up tonight and for much of the day tomorrow. It's pretty damp out there. The rains winding down here in the city between 7:30 and 8 p.m. continue to work their way southeastbound. Live Guardian radar shows the last of the showers exiting Decatur County, and in the wake of this rainfall, cooler temperatures. It's only in the middle 40s right now in Kokomo and Frankfort. The clouds are beginning to break. We laid down about 1/3 of an inch of rain here in the city, up to a 1/2 inch in Lafayette. We've got some dry time, but colder time as well. 43 in Lafayette right now. The clouds will break up and we'll get some heavy fog to develop in some spots, as well as a heavy frost as well. Visibilities are coming down. A brief temperature rebound before not 1, 2, but 3 surges of colder air in my 7-day forecast, all of which include a chance for snow. I'll tell you when coming up.
We'll see you then, Brian. Thank you. Tonight, this teenage boy sits in jail accused of killing a 73-year-old man in Fishers. A lot of people are asking the question right now, what could have made 17-year-old Maxwell Winkler snap?
Police say he shot Henry Kim and slashed his throat while Kim was out for a walk this weekend. Tonight, we're learning more about Kim and that teen suspect.
Fox 59's Charlie DeMar spoke with one of Kim's close friends. He joins us now live from Fishers. Charlie.
Bob, Fanchon, residents in this Fishers neighborhood tell me that the tension that they have felt over the past few days has subsided since this morning's arrest, but now the focus has shifted to helping both families cope with this tragedy.
I lost a good friends, good golf buddies, and good Korean singer.
Charles Shea remembers the good times with his friend of more than 30 years, Henry Kim. They attended the Korean Presbyterian Church of Indianapolis.
Shot to death. I couldn't believe my ears.
The 73-year-old Korean native was found dead Saturday night near his home in this Fishers community. Since then, police have been busy searching nearby ponds, trying to make an arrest.
We have had some developments that have occurred during the overnight hours.
Tuesday, Fishers PD arrested 17-year-old Maxwell Winkler. He's accused of shooting Kim 3 times and cutting his throat. Monday, police found him with his bike in this wooded area.
I just wonder why 17-year-old boy killing 73-year-old man. Why?
Kim, known for taking walks, tonight his neighbors left with a lot of questions.
It just seems like a lot of rage to be inflicted on a person.
It could have been one of my kids out there, and if, just by the grace of God, he wasn't walking the dog at 6:30 on Saturday night.
Winkler is charged with 1 count of murder, and his case will be waived to adult court.
I hope someday we know what kind of a human mind doing those kinds of things, terrible things.
And tonight we are learning that Maxwell Winkler's father, Greg, currently works as the Director of Economic Development in Anderson, Indiana. And the mayor, Kevin Smith, released a statement that reads in part, Greg is a loving father, and this tragedy in no way reflects on the superior work Greg does for the citizens of Anderson. In the meantime, the Kim family is in the process of planning a funeral, which we are told will be private. Reporting in Fishers, Charlie DeMar, Fox 59 News.
Our thoughts with all those families. Thank you, Charlie. We have live team coverage tonight of the key races impacting Hoosiers tonight.
Yeah, one of the most talked about races this year, of course, Marion County Sheriff. Tonight we know Democratic Marion County Sheriff John Layton will keep his job after beating Republican challenger Emmett Carney.
Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry, also a Democrat, will stay in his position. He defeated Republican Dwayne Merchant tonight.
And even though all of the votes have not been counted yet, the race for Secretary of State is being called at this hour. It's a win for Republican incumbent Connie Lawson. She will continue to serve as Secretary of State. Voters chose her over Democrat and current Marion County Clerk Beth White.
Fox 59's James Girardi begins our live team coverage right now.
He is live at the Westin downtown, where Democrats are celebrating some big wins tonight. James.
He had a few hiccups even as recently as last week, but tonight Marion County Sheriff John Layton took to the stage to declare victory against his Republican challenger Emmett Carney. Marion County law enforcement will remain in the hands of Democrats. Flanked by his family, Layton touted his 40-year record in the Marion County Sheriff's Department. Layton, an Indianapolis native, made his race personal, saying he was the only man for this job, a job voters ultimately declared he would have for another term. It was not easy, though. 23 inmates were prematurely released from the Marion County Jail under his watch. Layton maintained tonight, though, he will work harder than ever to make sure Marion County is safe.
Came together to make sure we had the best law enforcement, the best sheriff in Marion County, and I can appreciate what each and every one of you have done to get me here today. Thank you very much. Of course, I also have to give a little credit to my wife, Lori, who put up with this. My sons and daughters behind me, and a couple of corporals I brought along as well. A couple of other people. You know, Frank Anderson's in the crowd. Where'd Frank go? There he is.
And another major victory in this room tonight. It was expected, but it didn't come as easily as the Democrats here had hoped for. Andre Carson, U.S. Congressman from Marion County, he won re-election as well. He took to the stage tonight to address his supporters and encourage them that regardless of the outcome nationwide for Democrats, that he would go back to Washington, work hard, and make sure that Democrats eventually reclaim the seats that they lost.
The Republicans, my Republican buddies, are going to control both the House and the Senate. That means we're in trouble. It means that we're going to have to fire up our base.
And we're still waiting on the results of a couple of state House and Senate races. When we get those in, we'll be sure to bring them to you. For now, reporting live downtown at Democratic headquarters, I'm James Girardi for Fox 59 News.
All right, James, thank you. Fox 59's Kendall Downing continuing our live Tim coverage right now.
He joins us now live from Republican Party headquarters downtown. Kendall?
Bob and Fanchon, good evening. It is shaping up to be a very big night for the Republicans here on the three races on the top of the ticket. Those ladies called their victory a little bit earlier this evening in what is being called a historic victory. Let's get you to some video of those candidates coming in as they announced their victory earlier tonight in this historic election. This is the first time that three women have been at the top of the ticket, according to the party, and the first time that three women have won at the top of the ticket for Secretary of State, Auditor, and Treasurer. The party tonight says there are signs that voters in Indiana support conservative leadership. Let's hear first from Connie Lawson. She is the new Secretary of State.
It means the world to me to have earned the trust of Hoosiers across the state. Serving as your Secretary of State is an honor and a responsibility that I have taken very seriously and I will take very seriously. You know that on day one I was focused on making my office the most open, honest, responsive, and accountable in the state.
Connie Lawson was appointed back in 2012. She ran for the seat that she's been holding since then, and she got it. Let's move now to Suzanne Crouch. She retained her seat as a state auditor. She was appointed a little bit earlier. She spoke in the signature red glasses and says she is glad to be protecting Hoosiers' money.
That the trust a taxpayer grants an elected official is a sacred trust, and every dollar spent should be done so with serious respect and consideration for the people that earn those dollars. Every dollar that comes to government has a name and a face attached to it. And so it's incumbent upon us to be sure that those tax dollars are spent wisely, to be sure that those tax dollars are accountable.
As we said, Crouch also was appointed to that position. She ran for it, and now she has it. Finally, we'll move to State Treasurer Kelly Mitchell. She has been on the Treasurer's staff for about 3 years. She is also a former Cass County Commissioner. Tonight, she was very grateful to voters for putting her in office.
What an incredible honor it has been to be your candidate for State Treasurer. What an incredible honor it will be to serve you as your State Treasurer. It's been a year of traveling Indiana and listening and learning and making so many new friends, and it's been the gift of a lifetime.
So again, summing up a night in which Republicans here at the state level are calling it historic. Governor Mike Pence spoke also saying this is a sign that Hoosiers are supportive of conservative leadership. Now, in that same vein, I asked him when he came here about any talk that he would be running for the presidency in 2016, because after these midterm elections are over, we moved to that presidential talk. He did not say no, but he said tonight was about these Indiana state races. Reporting live from Republican headquarters downtown, I'm Kendall Downing, Fox 59 News.
All right, Kendall, thanks. Meantime, we've also been watching the races for Congress tonight. No big surprises with Republicans keeping control of the House. Todd Rokita, Todd Young, all of Indiana's incumbents victorious tonight. Let's take a look in the 5th district here. Susan Brooks is headed back to Congress with 53% of the vote tonight. Andre Carson in the 7th district reelected to Congress, defeating Republican Kat Ping. Now, also, we've been following a local issue here, a pre-K tax referendum that was on the ballot in Bartholomew County to help pay for their pre-K education programs. This has been a big issue across the state and locally as well in Marion County, but it was on the ballot down in the Columbus area today, and as you see, it failed 54 to 46%. Now, here in Marion County, final results will depend on how fast the poll workers can count some of those absentee ballots. They're required to count all of the absentee ballots at one location. This year, they have about 14,000 to go through. Compare that to the primary when they only had to count about 4,000 absentee ballots. The final election totals will then be certified by the election board in about 10 days. Now, tonight, our live team election coverage is continuing here on Fox 59 News at 10 and on Newspoint at 11. We're going to be back again later in the program with Indy Star columnist Matthew Tully to break down some more of those races, some of the races from the State House as well tonight. You can also go to fox59.com/election results and join in the conversation on social media too with the hashtag YouDecide2014. We'll be back with more on all of those races in just a little bit. Bob and Fanchon.
A busy night, Dan. Thank Thank you. And much more to come on You Decide 2014, including an unusual battle for IPS school board seats.
It was a big story tonight. We'll show you what tonight's race means for your kids.
Plus, another story everyone's talking about, a basketball team in trouble. So is IU head coach Tom Crean on the chopping block. How players are reacting. Several players are benched because of drugs and alcohol.
Here's what we're working on for 10:30.
We're also keeping a close eye on the national races tonight that could shift the balance of power in Congress. What it means for you. That's ahead on Fox 59 News at 10.
Dan Spieler, weeknights on Fox 59 News.
Guys, to speed up the fantasy draft, I got Uverse high-speed internet. Oh, and I hired this auctioneer to keep it moving.
Round one, pick one, here we go. And what are you gonna do? You're out over here. What are you gonna do there? What are you gonna do here? Hey, Francis. What are you gonna do now? Send him in here. Your turn. I'm gonna give him $10 down. But I got it. And here now. What I'm gonna do now? Send him in here. And that's the draft.
All right. Let's get started.
Get up to speed with AT&T Uverse high-speed internet. The Uverse revolves around you.
Push him back, way back. Push him back, way back.
We're pushing back high prices at Bob Rohrman Indy Hyundai.
With a championship sales team and customer service that is second to none. We'll do whatever it takes to make you happy in your new Bob Rohrman Hyundai.
We can beat any deal on a new Hyundai.
Bob Rohrman.
Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai, just 2 blocks west of 465 East on Washington Street.
At Subway, we are seriously into veggies. That's why we get right to work every morning, preparing them fresh, right in store. Only thing better than creating this cool, crisp, colorful rainbow is watching you work your sandwich magic, making a one-of-a-kind creation bursting with flavor. We're all about finding unique veggies that give your sandwich even more life, like spinach, cucumber, red onion. So come on in and get your veggie on. Subway, eat fresh.
I'm not a TV personality, my sons sure aren't supermodels, and this dog sure ain't Lassie. But that's not our business. Our business is fixing your furnace and your air conditioner. We're Bassett Services, your independent train dealer.
Ray Cortopassi, weeknights on Fox 59 News.
Another big election story tonight happened in the race for the IPS school board. A lot of money was spent as 10 candidates tried to win 3 seats, and the voters sent a message tonight. Looks like Andy Roof is going to lose her at-large seat to Marianne Sullivan. Sullivan has 45% of the votes in IPS District 3. Kelly Bentley joining the board. She will replace Samantha Adair White. And lastly, IPS District 5. Lanier Eccles is set to become a board member after beating out the incumbent, Michael Brown. Fox 59's Jill Glavitt has been following all these races. She joins us now live with that story. Jill?
Yeah, I'm here at the watch party for that last board member we talked about, Lanier Eccles. They're all gathered here tonight celebrating this win. A lot of excitement for those 3 new IPS board members. You can hear that there. It appears tonight that reform and possibly money, we've talked about that, have the last word. Now, former state representative Marianne Sullivan, as you're hearing everybody cheer here, former state representative Marianne Sullivan won by the biggest majority tonight. She actually won by more than 7,000 votes. We were able to catch up with her. She said she is encouraged and excited tonight. The other 2, Lanier Eccles, who you saw, she is the head of a charter school, and Kelly Bentley, who is a former member of the board. They were both backed by the Indy Chamber and Ed Groups. A lot was made of the money here. In the end, it is likely a new direction for the IPS board. Here's what Stanford Children's executive director had to say, that this is voters sending a message.
They want leaders that are going to drive positive change in our schools, positive improvements. I think this was
voters hitting the accelerator when it comes to improvements they want to see in IPS.
Making a statement there. This could be big for Dr. Louis Farabee as well. He has pushed to use outside groups, to use the business community in IPS to try to turn the district around. It will certainly be interesting to see what these 3 new board members do for the direction of the district. A lot has been made in the city of making the district better. As we know, that old board, they are the ones who brought Farabee in, but at this point, these 3 new members tonight, they could do a lot for change. We will see what they'll do pretty quickly. The next board meeting is actually next week. Reporting live tonight, Jill Glavin, Fox 59 News.
And we will be watching. Jill, thank you. On other election news, very few problems at the polls today, according to the Marion County election officials. One of the 297 polling locations did open an hour late this morning because an inspector didn't show up. Later in the day, a voting machine had to be replaced because of a malfunction. By midday, we're told the election hotline took about 600 calls for questions and some problems. All in all, though, election officials say this was actually a quiet election day.
Is the voting in the gym? Is the voting at the auditorium? You know, those kinds of things. So we get those questions all day long.
And in some cases, voters went to the wrong precinct to vote, which means their names were left on voter rolls at their correct precincts. Well, new voting rules in Boone County caused long lines like this one at the precinct this morning. This is the first year voters were allowed to cast their ballots at any precinct in the county. As a result, though, the number of polling places was cut from 27 down to 9, and that means a lot of people ended up in the same place right there at Zionsville Town Hall. Everyone trying to vote. All in all, though, we are told everyone got to vote, and we're not hearing about any other issues there. Bob?
Big trouble in Bloomington tonight. 3 men's basketball players have been suspended. 2 failed drug tests. The third is blamed for running over a teammate after he'd been drinking. Many fans are calling for head coach Tom Crean's job. Fox 59's Nicole Pence spoke to one star player today who says it's not Crean's fault. She joins us now in the newsroom with that story. Nicole?
That's right, Bob. The leader and star point guard for the Hoosiers would only answer 2 of my questions, but he wanted to stress that he doesn't think Coach Crean is to blame for all these problems. So then who is? Well, Yogi Ferrell, one of the many IU players in trouble this year, he was arrested in April for underage drinking and using a fake ID. When asked why all these Hoosiers are making bad decisions and damaging the reputation of this storied program, Yogi had a hard time answering that one.
I think it's just the reason why it's so easy to make decisions that we make. It's just the society we live in today. It's not like it has been before where no one else did that. You know, now our society and our generation is open to so much more now, you know, just different types of things.
The Indiana Hoosiers take on SMU Thursday at Assembly Hall without 3 of their players. Now, coming up tonight on News Point at 11, I asked Yogi directly if Coach Crean should step down. You'll get his answer tonight on News Point. Reporting live in the newsroom, Nicole Pence, Fox 59 News.
We'll be watching, Nicole. Thank you. Dogs and cats stuck in cages for hours at a time. We're going to show you the staffing problems at one Central Indiana shelter tonight, how you can help make sure these pets don't suffer because of it. Ryan.
Damp and cool, Fanchon. The rains are moving out, but there's chilly weather moving in tonight. In fact, we'll see a little bit of clearing, and that will lead to some heavy frost and fog early tomorrow morning. But plenty of cold in the extended forecast when rain showers may change to snow.
Angela Ganote, weekdays on Fox 59 Morning News.
There are times in life that no one can ever fully prepare for. The times that push our hearts and souls to the limit. These are the times that call for champions. Someone to stand and fight for those who cannot. Someone who will not stop until it is finished.
Having represented the victims of trucking wrecks for nearly 30 years, I've seen what you're going through. If you need us, we'll be ready.
We are Craig Kelly and Faultless, champions in your court.
Pie tastes even sweeter when it's free. That's why every Wednesday at O'Charlie's, you get a free slice on us when you purchase any entree. And now for a limited time, try our fresh baked pumpkin pie. Free Pie Wednesday, now at O'Charlie's.
My name is Brian, Senior Manager of Industries.
I'm Jonathan, I load trucks for Bosma.
My name is Preston, I'm an account manager. I'm a socialite. I like people.
We're all working as one cohesive team.
I manage 145 state and 172 national accounts.
On each truck, it's roughly about 2,000 boxes, 450,000 a year. It's moving pretty fast.
I was diagnosed with
retinitis pigmentosus.
Retinitis pigmentosa.
It was like walls closing in. Given the opportunity to actually see what we can do.
The limitation is only in your mind.
I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, so I went to the Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America in suburban Chicago is one of 40 hospitals in the country that have been recognized as a certified quality breast center of excellence by the National Consortium of Breast Centers. Our individualized care model gives each patient specific treatment options with new, innovative procedures that are changing the way we fight complex and advanced stage breast cancer.
We utilize modern technologies in breast cancer surgery, intraoperative radiation therapy, targeted medical therapies. What's just as important is our emphasis on supporting the patient.
We try to get people treated and then back living their lives as quickly as possible.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with breast cancer, visit cancercenter.com today.
I was going to do everything to beat this. They were ready to fight with me.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Care that never quits. Appointments available now.
Now through Veterans Day at Kittles, save store-wide. Plus make no down payment and pay no interest for up to 4 years. It's our biggest Veterans Day sale ever at Kittles.
This is our city. These are the experts. And this is the team that just redefined Indiana news. Indy Star at Fox 59.
Rolls-Royce is cutting jobs. About 2,600 employees will be laid off over the next 18 months. The company says most of those jobs will be cut in its aerospace division. No word yet on how this could affect the Indianapolis plant, which employs about 4,500 workers. Rolls-Royce is the nation's second largest maker of aircraft engines. Lately, though, demand is decreasing.
Fewer volunteers and more animals spells trouble for the Humane Society of Hamilton County. The shelter says the cold keeps volunteers from helping out with walking the dogs or holding the cats. The animals can spend up to 23 hours a day caged up. That shelter is one of the only no-kill shelters in central Indiana. Staffers say that's why they need your help right now.
When people come in or you talk to them about what you do, is they say they couldn't stand looking into the cage of an animal all the time and how heartbreaking it would be. And I just simply tell them, imagine what it's like looking out.
The shelter houses anywhere from 250 to 400 animals at any given time. If you're interested in volunteering, we've linked you up on fox59.com.
Here's what's coming up next at 10:30.
I'm asthmatic, so sometimes it does cause difficulty breathing.
Finally, some relief for a smelly problem plaguing one central Indiana town. What's being done to keep wastewater treatment odors to a minimum?
And treating menopause without drugs, what you may already have around the house that could stop those hot flashes.
Plus, a cold and foggy night across central Indiana. The Weather Authority is keeping a close eye on another blast of cold weather when we could see snow again. That's next on Fox 59 News at 10.
Tonight on News Point, I talk with Yogi Ferrell about the controversy surrounding the Indiana Hoosiers basketball team.
And what do you want to say to people who say that Coach Tom Crean should step down?
Plus, this generous gift will have a wide-ranging effect on people's lives. It's a huge boost for two agencies with noble efforts in our city, funding the fight for positive change. Tonight on News Point at 11.
Here we go.
I have a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar.
Let's take a live look at traffic headed into downtown Indy.
Listen, it's not considered work when you're having fun.
It is 7:06 now.
Strong thunderstorms move through central Indiana.
And good morning to you. I'm Rick Quarterpassi. It's now 9 o'clock.
WGU Indiana is helping thousands of hardworking Hoosiers earn their degrees on their own time and at a tuition they can afford.
WGU made the list of the 50 most innovative companies in the world last year.
It's a great pool of candidates who can take on a lot of responsibility all at once.
A WGU Indiana degree would tell me that this person is a multitasker.
They've dedicated themselves to doing more to better themselves, and that ultimately means a better, committed employee.
Wouldn't it be sweet to live a life filled with moments that delight, and never ever having to say no? Well, maybe sometimes.
Live life to its fullest every day with the highest level of primary care from Riley Physicians at IU Health.
When you have your health, you have everything.
Riley Physicians at IU Health. Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 8448 IU Health.
It's a great big world, and it can all be yours. Here and only here.
Your donations let us help people support themselves.
Let me help you with that.
Oh, thanks.
Give us your car, truck, boat, or RV before December 31st, and you can take the selling price off this year's taxes. We get a vehicle, you get a deduction, and everybody's happy. Thanks. I love it when we get a hatchback.
This isn't just any down jacket. We started with down, then injected it with Omni-Heat insulation, and enhanced it with Omni-Heat Reflective, our patented silver dots that reflect your heat back to you. That's like a down jacket on steroids. In fact, if it were a baseball player, it'd be banned for life. Turbo Down from Columbia Sportswear. So warm it should be illegal, but it's not.
At IPL, we think of ourselves as providers of everything from your morning coffee and eggs to your favorite bedtime routines, all for just a few dollars a day, which makes the affordable power you count on a great value, too. IPL, the current that gets you through the day.
Plus Bulbs keeps batteries for everything, plus thousands of light bulbs right on hand. We also repair smartphones. Batteries Plus Bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus Bulbs today.
Things have cleared out a little bit tonight.
Yeah, we're trying to dry out here.
Don't know how long it's going to last, but
we call it a sandwich day tomorrow. That's what we're sandwiched in between a couple of weather systems. We'll get some dry time. It started right now, and it wasn't a heavy rain, but it was a persistent rain.
It was
a steady rain throughout the afternoon.
An annoying rain.
It really was.
Say.
You know, this time of the year, sometimes weather
kind
can
of rain
be
that gets on your nerves.
Sometimes the weatherman can get on your nerves as well. When you see the 70 forecast, you'll understand
Is it
why.
a ham sandwich day or a turkey
Bob,
sandwich
it's whatever
day
you'd like it to be, but it is a sandwich day nonetheless. We've got showers moving off to the south and east. The rains produce, the rainfall earlier today up to a ½ inch up in Lafayette. Heard from Frankfort there about 2/3 of an inch of a rain. We had about 3/10 here, a little more than a quarter of an inch of rainfall, and it's now departing Decatur County, still raining and lightly down in the Seymour area. You'll get some improvement here shortly. We had at least the dry time to start the day. We told you to have some dry time getting out to the polls early on this election day, but the rain showers showing up in Center Grove, Johnson County, in the city here just between 10:30 and 11 o'clock, and then the rains were with us right through lunchtime and right through the evening commute. Temperature-wise, it's going to get pretty chilly tonight, and it'll be a heavy frost, if not some heavy fog, patchy in some spots early tomorrow morning. The temperature slide will continue as we see a little bit of clearing, essentially from the north to the south as the night progresses. And where the rains have cut off and drier air is moving in, we've fallen to 44 Kokomo, 43 in and Frankfort. Still low 50s to our south where the rain showers are about ready to depart the Seymour area. Visibility is down somewhat here in the city. Relative humidity at 93%. We're at 46 degrees, west wind at 7, and temperatures that lowered throughout the afternoon hours when the rain settled in continue to drop off from the northwest to the southeast, front sliding through the area. That carries the rain with it, and with it the cooler temperatures arrive. We're running as much as 13 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago in Lafayette. There are the rainfall numbers. We thought average about 1/4 of an inch. The higher amounts were up in Lafayette, Peru, Frankfort. Lesser amounts down towards Shelbyville and Columbus. Visibilities have dropped, so there is some fog out there. Down to 7 miles here in Indianapolis and Muncie, 5-mile visibility in Terre Haute. Plan on perhaps scraping a lot of frost off that windshield early tomorrow morning, especially where we see more clearing, and that'll be north of the city. And there will be some patchy fog to contend with as well. We've got a nice day coming. Tomorrow, there will be more clouds from Indianapolis south, a little more brighter skies to the north, and we'll have a temperature back into the middle 50s, about normal for this time of the year. We talk about being in between two weather systems tomorrow. This front passes to our south. Here's our weather for tomorrow, and this is the weather system that arrives on Thursday. That one's going to draw down another batch of colder air to finish off the work week. So here come 40-degree high temperatures for Thursday and Friday. And with that weather system will come the threat of more rain showers. Dry time tomorrow. Clouds will be heavier in southern Indiana. Wouldn't be surprised if a shower or two swipes the areas far south into Bedford or Seymour, but for the most part dry. Showers will begin to assemble and come into the area on Thursday. See the way things are pinwheeling around the center of low pressure right here, and it wraps up the colder air and brings showers into the area that potentially could mix down a few wet snowflakes here Thursday night into Friday. Not one but 3 surges of cold air are looming over the next several days, and we run our computer models out the next 2.5 weeks, and there's some really cold air on the move. We get a jab of the colder air Thursday, Friday. Another one comes in Saturday night for Sunday, and the third one could be a real autumn storm system with a deep center of low pressure, a lot of wind with it, a brief warm up on Tuesday into the 50s, near 60 degrees, and then here comes much colder air by the middle of next week. We could have high temperatures only in the 30s by Wednesday, low temperatures in the lower 20s. Looks like winter is going to come out of the gates a little early this year. It certainly is beginning to show up and look that way over the next 7 to 10 days. Cooler tonight with haze and fog. The clouds will break up. 41 in the city, 30s outlying, and 56 for our high tomorrow. Mostly to partly cloudy skies throughout the day, and then rain showers return on Thursday. Could mix down a few wet snowflakes Thursday night. Friday's a dry day. Saturday will be mainly dry, windy, and warmer before a front hits Saturday night. Colder Sunday, and we'll watch the big autumn storm system Tuesday.
All right, Brian, thanks for the update. Still to come, an in-depth look at what Hoosier voters decided tonight.
Plus, turning a smelly neighbor into a good neighbor. What's being done to keep the odor of a water waste treatment plant out of the air?
And a semi ends up on its side on the side of I-65 today. What police say happened to the driver to cause this mess.
And a huge donation providing a place for kids to recover from some tough situations. Who's handing out the cash to help traumatized children? You're going to see that tonight on News Point at 11.
And the Pacers hosting their first divisional opponent of the season tonight. We'll show you how they stacked up against the Bucks. Plus, the Colts getting some much-deserved time off. Hear what the guys have planned for their bye weeks.
Closed captioning is brought to you by me, Terry Lee, and Terry Lee Honda in beautiful Avon.
Shh. Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub, and by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse subs.
Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
There are times in life that no one can ever fully prepare for.
A wreck involving 40 tons of steel is not an ordinary wreck. If you need us, we'll be ready.
Greg Kelly and Faultless, attorneys for the victims of semi-tractor trailer wrecks.
I had my little Huffy when I was 5 years old, and I tore that to pieces, and I've always liked riding my bike, and you know, having the wind going by at 20, 30 miles an hour, it's just very liberating. My experience at Ortho Indy has been excellent. Since my surgery, I did it's called the Bicycle Classic, and it's a 1 or 2 day ride, and you know, basically the surgery allowed me to do that. My scar means I can cycle.
This winter, Discount Tire wants you to drive safe. Did you know that winter tires are not just for snow? Winter tires grip the road better than all-season tires in weather conditions 45 degrees and below, giving you quicker starts and safer stops. Get a $50 Visa prepaid card on 4 winter tires purchased with your Discount Tire credit card. And remember, if ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire.
Menards has a great selection of shop vacs and accessories. Clean up wet and dry messes fast and easy with this 12-gallon shop vac. It has a powerful 4.5 peak horsepower motor. Save $20, only $39.88. Finish projects fast with pneumatic tools and compressors from Sanborn. This 30-gallon portable compressor is perfect for use on any job site. Plus, when you buy this compressor for $319, you get this commercial spray gun for free.
Save big money at Menards.
Right now at Kittles, it's our biggest Veterans Day sale ever with store-wide savings, plus no down payment and no interest for up to 4 years, or take an extra discount for cash. Now through Veterans Day, only at Kittles.
6 people were injured following a serious crash near Martinsville today. That crash happened this afternoon at the intersection of State Roads 37 and 44 in Morgan County. Police say a van and car collided. 5 people inside the van and the driver of the car were taken to the hospital. A Texas truck driver is charged in a drunk driving crash along I-65 in Jackson County. Police say 27-year-old Jose Caceres fell asleep and rolled the truck onto its side near Uniontown this afternoon. Then he took off on foot. A canine unit helped track him down. Caceres does have a prior conviction for drunk driving. A passenger in that truck had minor injuries.
New information right now. A man charged with murder is free tonight. Today, prosecutors dropped the charges against this man, 39-year-old Bryant Stone. He was arrested 2 months ago, accused in the April 2013 murder of Tim Loynes. But Stone's attorney tells Fox 59 the charges were dropped because of, quote, evidentiary problems.
Control of Congress hangs in the balance tonight. Our complete election coverage continues. How voters are changing the landscape in Washington, plus a closer look at the top races here in Indiana.
And imagine sharing your backyard with a wastewater treatment plant. We're going to show you what's being done tonight in one central Indiana town to help people breathe a little easier.
Is everybody ready?
All right, here we go.
I have a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar.
Let's take a live look at traffic headed into downtown Indy. It is 7:06 now.
Storms are pushing off towards the east. I'm Ray Quarterfasci. It's now 9 o'clock.
Sometimes families run a little cold. Sometimes a little hot. But when you get together around a Papa Murphy's pizza, you create, take, and bake in your oven, you'll find one temperature that's just about perfect. Fill the whole family up with a large Papa Murphy's 5-meat stuffed pizza. Our double-layered 4-pounder is now only $11. A large 5-meat stuffed, just $11. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Installing a programmable thermostat is simple and can save nearly $180 a year when properly set. For a list of qualifying products and details on Vectren's rebate, visit Vectren.com/saveenergy. For every degree you turn your thermostat down, you could save 2 to 3% on your heating bill, leaving money in your pocket to turn up the heat elsewhere. For more energy-saving tips, visit Vectren.com/saveenergy.
Every day offers another opportunity to pursue your dream. Instead of running past it, find the time to make a plan and then go get it. American Family Insurance will help you protect it. Visit amfam.com to find an agent and get a quote.
Across America, people are making the move to improve their TV and internet service by dropping satellite and switching to Xfinity.
Satellite was so frustrating. Bad customer service is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Comcast customer service has improved a lot over the last few years.
I love Xfinity On Demand because there's a lot more options for my kids to watch. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Martin, and we weren't happy with satellite, so we switched to Xfinity.
Join the move to improve and try us risk-free for 30 days. Get started with Xfinity TV for just $19.99 a month for a year. Call today.
At PLS, your needs matter 24/7. Like check cashing for as low as 1% plus $1, free money orders, and single payment loans, and more. PLS, for all that matters.
I'm RT Green, and I know trucks. Due to their weight, trucks require a longer time and distance to stop. Call me, RT Green, at Blackburn & Green, a man who knows trucks.
Blackburn & Green, attorneys for injured people, committed to be the best.
I went to school here, and now I am back helping kids read with United Way Read Up program. I enjoy seeing the kids read. I enjoy the expression on their face. You learn to read, and it stays with you the rest of your life. United Way has been part of my life for many, many years. I look at United Way as a resource to find a better life. I believe in United Way. What will your story be?
New at 10 tonight, the Target at Castleton Square Mall will shut down early next year. Target announced today they will close 11 stores by February 1st. Now, the only store in Indianapolis shutting down is the one you see here off Center Run Drive. Target says the decisions were based on long-term financial performance of each store.
Dozens of Senate seats are up for grabs in this midterm election. Republicans already hold a majority in the House of Representatives, but are hoping to take control of the Senate as well.
Yeah, both parties poured millions of dollars into campaigns and efforts to get out the vote. Joel Waldman is in Washington tonight.
After months of bitter contests and one of the most expensive midterm elections in history, one big question remains. Will Republicans get enough seats in the Senate to win? At stake this campaign cycle, control of Congress and 36 governor's offices across the country. The big story is whether Republicans can go on to take control of the Senate by picking up a net gain of 6 seats. A GOP win called early in the night fueled Republicans' optimism.
I work hard to bring your concerns to Washington, and I will not let up.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell won his 6th consecutive Senate seat in Kentucky, shutting out Democratic candidate Allison Lundergan Grimes.
That's what this campaign was really all about. It wasn't about me or my opponent. It was about a government that people no longer trust.
Throughout this midterm, Republican candidates attempted to use voter dissatisfaction with the White House to beat their Democratic opponents. President Obama mainly stuck to fundraising for his party this election cycle and was not often seen on the campaign trail as candidates in close Senate races viewed him as a liability. Despite tough odds for Democrats in 2014, the party expects to do better 2 years from now when presidential candidates appear on the ballot again.
If we can continue to emphasize, intensify our field program, where you have a much higher natural turnout in a presidential year, 2016 will be a very good year for us.
Whether or not Republicans take control of the Senate could take weeks to decide. And in Georgia and Louisiana, if no candidate clears that 50% threshold, there will in fact be runoff races. Reporting in Washington, Joel Waldman, Fox News.
Right now, we're going to take a look at some of the other key races here in central Indiana.
That's right. Let's check in with Fox 59's Dan Spieler and our Indy Star analyst, Matt Tully. Guys?
Yeah, hey guys, we've been crunching the numbers here all night and looking at some of the races in the General Assembly. Of course, the one everybody has been watching, Mike Delph, State Senator Mike Delph. He'd been losing in Marion County, but let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers right now after we've added in some of the results that have just come in from Boone County, and we're still waiting on the results from Hamilton County. Mike Delph now has a lead of just a few hundred votes at this point. Again, Hamilton County, most of the ballots still to be counted. They've had some issues up there. We've got some video from Mike Delph's election results party that he had up there in the Carmel area tonight. He spoke to the crowd, but didn't know the result because of the problems in Hamilton County with getting the results in a timely fashion. So we understand the party is over. They've all left and gone home. Uncertain when they left what the result would be, but now with Delph in the lead, with Boone County and Marion County counted and Hamilton County numbers still to come in, you'd have to think that Mike Delph edging into the lead probably is going to be able to hang on to his seat.
If Democrats are counting on Hamilton County to save them, they're in trouble. It's not going to happen. Interesting race because Delph probably has caused as much trouble for his own party, or at least made as many enemies within his own party at the State House as with Democrats. I don't talk to many Democrats who don't like him, actually. It's the Republicans who seem to have a problem with him because he's been very outspoken.
Last year, too. Another race at the State House that so many people have been watching involving State Rep Eric Turner, who's leaving the General Assembly for the private sector. He says if he's reelected tonight, he is stepping down, and it looks like he will be reelected with 58% of the vote right now, with almost most of the votes counted up there in that district over Bob Ashley. Still some votes to count, obviously, from Hamilton County and some of the other areas. But Eric Turner with a commanding win in a race where Democrats had hoped to get that seat, perhaps, but it's in a very conservative district.
Listen, he not only had major ethical issues that caused serious problems at the State House, but then he said he's not going to serve. He wouldn't serve in the seat that he's running for, and he still wins. It tells you everything about how our districts are gerrymandered, and that in so many cases a Democrat or Republican has no chance of winning because of the way the districts are drawn.
A couple more closely watched races at the State House. Carly Macer, who of course was in the news a lot in the past week after one of her opponents was sent to jail accused of stalking her. She has a 6-point lead over Republican Bradford Moulton, who correspondingly was then upset about some of Macer's mailings from the Democratic Party that related to the arrest of that independent candidate who's not listed, John Couch, on this graphic, but he apparently did get over 200 votes tonight while still in the Marion County Jail.
It is kind of amazing that you can get any votes in that situation, but maybe people didn't know who he was, maybe it was a joke, or maybe they, I don't know, maybe they wanted to wish him well.
Who knows? Christina Hale, also a winner in the General Assembly tonight in another close race, not as close as last time in her district. She wins by almost 500 votes over Republican Mike Friedman. So what do you take away from tonight? The Republicans say they think they're going to keep their supermajority. Final word.
Republicans own Indiana right now. Democrats own Marion County. And if Democrats want to win statewide, they have to win big in Marion County. And next year we have a mayor's race. If Republicans want to hold on to the mayor's race, they really need to find a good candidate if the mayor doesn't run.
All right. Matthew Tully, and of course that'll be the big story in the days to come. Thank you so much for being with us today. Guys, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you. Our live team coverage continues next on News Point at 11 and continues tomorrow morning on Fox 59 Morning News. We've also linked you up to the results as they come in to our website. Just go to fox59.com/election results. Also join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag YouDecide2014. A wastewater plant in one central Indiana community is giving neighbors nothing but grief. They say they can't stand the smell. Relief is on the way. Fox 59's Kendall Downing shows us what's being done in Bargersville to get rid of that foul odor.
This house looks like home sweet home.
It pops up every now and then.
But Roger Gifford says sometimes his place sure does not smell like it.
When it happens, everybody talks about it.
The it is an odor that comes from Bargersville's wastewater treatment facility. It's right in his backyard. Off and on through the year, Gifford says the smell can be stifling and overwhelming.
I'm asthmatic, so sometimes it does cause difficulty breathing.
Town manager Kevin McGinnis
Receive complaints periodically.
says they've heard complaints from residents for years. The problem is the system is bigger than the town needs right now. Sometimes when materials get here, they just sit in the pipe and stink. For the past year, crews added chemicals, and McGinnis says it has helped with the odor. But now they are doing more.
Enough is enough. We're trying to be a good neighbor to the people around them. Don't ignore the problem, so we're going to go in and do some major modifications.
The modification includes more than $400,000 worth of structures to the inside of this building. The hope is that they will stifle the smell. It's an effort Roger Gifford is pleased with.
Oh, absolutely.
McGinnis too, because he says Bargersville does not want the reputation as a smelly spot.
The town doesn't want to be known for ignoring the citizens and having odor issues either.
In Johnson County, I'm Kendall Downing, Fox 59 News.
The plan was there before the homes were even built. The town manager says the project will hopefully be complete by this winter. By then, everyone can breathe easier.
Relief for women with menopause may be closer than you think. What IU researchers just found that could help ease the symptoms without you ever popping a pill.
Dan Spieler, weeknights on Fox 59 News.
Guys, to speed up the fantasy draft, I got Uverse high-speed internet. Oh, and I hired this auctioneer to keep it moving.
Round one, pick one, here we go. And what are you gonna do? You're out over here. What are you gonna do there now? What are you gonna do here? Hey, Francis, what are you gonna do now? Send me to here. Your turn down. How many $10 down? But I got it. And here now, what are you gonna do now? Send me to go there now. And that's the draft.
All right. Let's get started.
Get up to speed with AT&T Uverse high-speed internet. The Uverse revolves around you.
When you donate your car, truck, boat, or RV to Goodwill, we'll tow it away free. Donate it before December 31st, and you can write the selling price off this year's taxes. And when it comes to taxes, deductions like that go a long way.
Lately, I've realized that real happiness doesn't come from things like TV or music or video games. King me.
If your renter's policy doesn't cover it, you might have to live with it. Talk to Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
There's no difference in the quality of food you buy at other stores and the food you buy at Aldi. Except when you shop at Aldi, you'll have a lot more bucks left over when you leave. At Aldi, you'll keep more bucks every time you shop. Aldi has been named 2014 Retailer of the Year by Private Label Store Brands magazine. Aldi, simply smarter shopping.
This is Newspoint, a rapid-fire, no-nonsense take on the day's events. Let's get right to the point. Newspoint at 11, weeknights on Fox 59.
Get this, living with children could ease menopausal symptoms, according to a new study from Indiana University at least. Researchers examine how close relationships may help women in midlife with menopause. The study determined those going through rapid menopause caused by the surgical removal of ovaries had minimized symptoms when they had young children living in the home. Researchers do warn that results of this study cannot be assumed for all women since the process of menopause varies so greatly.
Patients in one Indiana county will have to pay more for ambulance service in the coming months. Delaware County EMS says they're raising rates to cover fuel, medicine, and care. The cost of a ride in the ambulance will vary from $550 for basic life support to $1,200 for advanced life support. A new subscription service is also available, which will write off what's not covered by insurance. That service is $25 a year for any individual. Services where no medicine is given are still free.
This one is just heartbreaking. An Oregon mother is under arrest tonight for the murder of her son, and she admits she threw her son over a bridge. The 6-year-old boy's body was found in the water late last night. His mother, Jillian McCabe, called police and said she threw him off that bridge. McCabe told police voices in her head told her to do it.
More than 200 former players and their families have decided to opt out of the NFL's proposed settlement of the concussion lawsuit. Retired players who rejected that settlement may sue the NFL individually, but they'll have to prove their brain injuries were suffered while playing for the league. 34,000 were asked to share in the settlement pool of more than $750 million. The plan is still waiting for final approval.
With Thanksgiving just a few weeks away, nonprofits here in Central Indiana are struggling right now and they need your help. Local nonprofits say donations are way down this year. Moselle Sanders is expected to feed 41,000 people this year. They need about $10,000 in addition to what they have now to meet their goal. And the Good Samaritan Network in Hamilton County says they also need more money because they're feeding 1,000 people and delivering 16,000 meals.
Fox 59 News is just getting started.
Nicole Pence is here now with a look at what's coming up on News Point.
That's right. We've got new details on News Point, a bizarre murder investigation. Metro Police are investigating the discovery of a man's body inside a car. The strange and disturbing details that makes this case so unusual. Plus, more from IU player Yogi Ferrell. We asked him if he thinks Coach Tom Crean should be fired due to the basketball team's recent troubles. His answer is straight ahead. And a generous donation to help Central Indiana children who have been traumatized by domestic abuse.
The rains are moving out of Central Indiana as we speak. Cooler air is moving in. We're going to set the stage for some fog and some frost early tomorrow morning when the colder air arrives.
And News Point starts right after your live Hoosier Lottery drawing. Don't go anywhere. We're up in just a couple seconds.
It's Mr. Monopoly and the new Monopoly Millionaires Club lottery game, where you have 3 ways to become a millionaire. First, win the top prize of up to $25 million when you match all the draw numbers. Or win $1 million when you match all the club numbers. Or you could win up to $1 million as a contestant on the exciting new TV game show in Las Vegas. Play the Monopoly Millionaires Club game today. There could be more $1 million prizes than any lottery game in U.S. history. The Hoosier Lottery. Play today. Imagine that.
Good evening, Indiana. Welcome to tonight's Hoosier Lottery Daily 3 and Daily 4 drawings. I'm Erin Cohenauer. Pick up a Powerball ticket. Tomorrow night's jackpot is $178 million. Now good luck and let's play Daily 3. Tonight's first number is 3, followed by 8, and finally 7. Those winning numbers are 3, 8, 7. Now let's play Daily 4. Tonight's first number is 6, followed by 4. Your third number is 0, and finally 1. Those winning numbers are 6401. Thanks for playing, Indiana, and please play responsibly.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crode. It's Tuesday, November 4th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $321 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold mega ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first number tonight is 15. That's followed by 24. Up next, we have 41. The next number is 9, and your final white ball for this Tuesday evening is 39. Now for the mega ball. Tonight's mega ball number is 1. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 15, 24, 41, 9, 39, and the gold mega ball is 1. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot can be $369 million. Good luck and play on, America.
Son las 11 de la noche. ¿Usted sabe dónde están sus hijos y qué están haciendo?
This is News Point at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Pence, and thanks for joining us tonight for News Point. You Decide 2014 election results are in, and we've got them for you. IU's point guard Yogi Ferrell says he's stepping up to stop the problems off the court. And a safety reminder after this abduction in Philly is caught on camera. But first, Fishers police have arrested 17-year-old Maxwell Winksler for allegedly killing 73-year-old Henry Kim. And tonight we are learning more about Kim. A friend of his talked to Fox 59 and has some questions for the accused teenager. Our Charlie DeMar has been in Fishers all day and joins us now live. Charlie.
Yeah, Nicole, residents in this Fishers neighborhood say that the tension that they have felt over the past several days has subsided, and now their focus has shifted towards helping both families deal with this tragedy.
I lost a good friends, good golf buddies, and good Korean singer.
Charles Shea remembers the good times with his friend of more than 30 years, Henry Kim. They attended the Korean Presbyterian Church of Indianapolis.
I cannot make, any sense at all. Why this kind of thing happening?
The 73-year-old Korean native was found dead Saturday night near his home in this Fishers community. Since then, police have been busy searching nearby ponds, trying to make an arrest.
Shot to death. I couldn't believe my ears.
Tuesday, Fishers PD arrested 17-year-old Maxwell Winkler. He's accused of shooting Kim 3 times and cutting his throat. Monday, police found him with his bike in this wooded area.
I just wonder why 17-year-old boy killing 73-year-old man. Why?
Kim, known for taking walks, tonight his neighbors left with a lot of questions.
I feel for both families. They've both had things happen that I think in retrospect, obviously they'd want to, change.
I hope someday we know what kind of a human mind doing those kind of things, terrible things.
And tonight we are learning more about Maxwell Winkler. We are learning that his father, Greg, is actually the Director of Economic Development in Anderson. And tonight, the mayor of Anderson released a statement that reads in part, Greg is a loving father, and this tragedy in no way reflects the superior work Greg does for the citizens of Anderson. And in the meantime, the Kim family is in the process of planning a funeral, which we have been told will be private. Reporting live in Fishers, Charlie DeMar, Fox 59 News.
And we are following developing news tonight. Metro Police are investigating a bizarre murder. According to our partners at the Indy Star, the body of a 32-year-old man was found inside a car on Saturday near North Rural and I-70. That body was naked and covered in bleach. Police believe he was killed on Halloween night. We're going to bring you a lot more information on this one as we learn it. And now to tonight's You Decide 2014. It is a big night for Marion County Sheriff John Layton. He's keeping his job. The Indianapolis native beat Democratic challenger Emmett Carney. Layton received more than half of the votes. Fox 59's James Girardi is live with more on this big race. James.
Hey, Nicole, Marion County remains a Democratic stronghold tonight, with Sheriff John Layton being reelected and Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry taking home a victory as well. This room was packed with Layton supporters when he walked on that stage and was declared, quote, the #1 law dog in the county. The crowd, as you'd expect, erupted in support. It wasn't an easy campaign for Layton, though. His Republican challenger, Emmett Carney, made sure to exploit the 23 prisoners prematurely released from the Marion County Jail. Carney, though, was underfunded by his party and struggled to find the recognition among voters he needed to win. In the end, a landslide. Layton won by more than 25,000 voters here in Marion County, a clear sign from voters they want him back.
Saying thank you to each and every person that stood out in that rain today, handing out the Democrat slate, making sure they voted for John Layton. Gosh, it's right here, folks. I'm telling you. And I just can't say enough for you. You put me here, and I'll make you proud. Thank you.
Truth be told tonight, though, statewide, it was a struggle for Indiana Democrats. For now, reporting live at Democratic headquarters, I'm James Girardi, Fox 59 News.
And in the race for Marion County Prosecutor, Terry Curry is keeping his job. With a majority of precincts reporting, Curry got 61% of the votes, while Republican Dwayne Merchant received 38%. In the race for State Secretary of State, Republican Connie Lawson has defeated Marion County Clerk Beth White. At last check, Lawson received more than 500,000 votes statewide. Lawson is the incumbent in that race, and Fox 59's Kendall Downing is live at Republican headquarters tonight with more on how they're reacting. Kendall.
Nicole, good evening to you. It was a very big night for Indiana Republicans. They took all 3 statewide offices on the ticket. Secretary of State, Auditor, and Treasurer. Those all went to the Republicans. And this was a historic election because for the first time, the 3 candidates at the top of that ticket were women. Also historic again because for the first time, all three of the women won. Now, the race that's been most talked about, you've probably heard a lot about, is Secretary of State. As we mentioned, Connie Lawson, she is the incumbent. She was appointed back in 2012. She ran for the seat and she got it. She was taking on Beth White, who is the current Marion County clerk. There were lots of TV ads about this. Some predicted it would be a tight race, but Connie Lawson did emerge victorious tonight.
It means the world to me to have earned the trust of Hoosiers across the state. Serving as your Secretary of State is an honor and a responsibility that I have taken very seriously and I will take very seriously.
Now, the takeaway message from state Republicans here tonight is that conservative leadership works for Indiana because all three of their offices on top of the ticket won. As folks here clean up from this party, they are most assuredly calling it a success. Reporting live downtown at Republican headquarters, I'm Kendall Downing, Fox 59 News.
And now to races involving Capitol Hill. In the 5th District, U.S. Representative Susan Brooks is headed back to Congress. She beat Democratic challenger Sean Denny with a little more than 50% of the vote. In District 6, Luke Messer is declared the winner. He beat out challenger Susan Hall Heitzman, receiving 74% of the vote. And in U.S. House District 7, that district that covers most of the center of Indianapolis, incumbent Andre Carson got an easy victory over Catherine Kat Ping. And we've got you covered on this election night. For a look at all those results from all of the other races, just head to our website, fox59.com. We'll also have a complete wrap-up on Fox 59 Morning News. 6 people recovering tonight from a serious 2-car crash on State Road 37 in Morgan County. It's not clear how badly they were hurt when a van and a car collided. The road was closed for nearly 2 hours. That crash is under investigation. A very generous donation will help kids who have been through some very tough situations. The United Way awarded $700,000 to the Children's Bureau. That agency is renovating the Rachel Glick Courage Center downtown, and it serves children who have dealt with domestic violence and abuse. And thanks to that donation, the center can help twice as many kids as before.
Before we could only serve 12 kids, and now we'll be able to serve 12 boys and 12 girls at the same time. So yeah, we're super excited about it, very excited.
The Damien Center also got $100,000 from the United Way, and that money will be used to create a medical clinic that will be operated by IU Health. British engineer Rolls-Royce is cutting 2,600 jobs over the next 18 months, but tonight we don't know yet if anyone here will be affected. The Indianapolis plant employs roughly 4,500 Hoosiers. Rolls-Royce says the cuts will mostly come in the aerospace division. That company is the world's 2nd largest maker of aircraft engines. And it was a rainy election day for pretty much everybody.
Soggy, but if you got out to the polls early enough, the rain was able to hold off until about mid-morning. We promised you at least the start of the day would be dry. The rain is gone, Nicole, and in the wake is some cooler air. We've got fog developing. That may be a problem in spots early tomorrow morning. Temperatures have dropped into the middle 40s at Frankfort and Kokomo, 49 Mooresville, 48 in Spencer. The official high for the day was 57. When the rains arrived here just about 10:30 to 11 o'clock, the temperatures were on the slide. 46 in the city. West wind is light. Relative humidity at 89%. So there is some visibility issues going on right now. The fog is out there. Visibility has dropped, and the temperatures have dropped already into the lower 40s at Lafayette and Peru. That's 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it was 24 hours ago. Put down on average about 1/3 of an inch of rainfall. Some of the higher numbers were up towards Lafayette and up toward Peru, where a 1/2 inch of rain came down. Well, the visibilities have lowered to 6 miles here in the city, 7 at Muncie, 4-mile visibility in Terre Haute. So there will be some fog around early tomorrow morning, and where there is some clearing and there will be some fog, there will be a heavy frost as well. Plan on scraping those windshields early tomorrow morning as the temperatures lower into the middle 30s, but a nice rebound coming tomorrow afternoon. We've got some sunshine coming back, especially from Indianapolis and points north, so we'll brighten the skies back to a high temperature in the middle 50s with some sunshine. We're in between weather systems for now. The next one will be dropping in here on Thursday, and that's going to bring another surge of colder air down to finish off the work week. So it's going to get much colder again. Rain system is out for now. The next chance for rain comes in on Thursday, and that may actually change over to some snow showers again by Thursday night. So cool with haze and fog tonight, down to 41 in the city, 56 for a high temperature tomorrow, and even colder weather. 3 surges of cold in my 7-day forecast. We'll time out when they'll arrive and when we could see some snow.
All right, Brian, we will talk with you in just a little bit. And straight ahead here on News Point, a chilling crime is caught on camera. A woman struggles with a kidnapper as she is snatched right off the street. Now police are following fresh leads to find her. Plus, IU basketball player Yogi Ferrell is talking about the team's troubles. Find out if he thinks Coach Crean should be fired. And these animals need your help. Why winter weather has a Central Indiana Humane Society making a desperate request.
Join all the people that are stepping up to the finest in custom relaxation. For good health, the ultimate in stress-free comfort and satisfaction guaranteed for 40 years. Step up to Royal Spa.
Say hello to my new Popeyes Buttermilk Biscuit Butterfly Shrimp. Big, beautiful shrimp breaded in a buttermilk biscuit batter. 8 shrimp, fries, a biscuit, and blackened tartar sauce for just $4.99.
Louisiana fast. I'm a really competitive person. My competitiveness has made the blindness insignificant. If somebody tells me I can't do it, I'm gonna work that much harder to prove to them that I can. I play a version of baseball that was modified for people who are blind or visually impaired. It's a chance for me to really run all out without having to rely on someone else. That's a really good feeling. You can do anything that you want to do, and Bosma shows you those opportunities.
There's a place in every city and every town where dreams are always welcome. Bring yours by for a visit. Your dream is out there. Go get it. American Family Insurance will protect it.
Shh. Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Energy efficient, less to maintain, 40-year warranty, the finest selection of hot tubs and swim spas in the world. Join the people who are stepping up to Royal Spa today.
Fox 59 exposes critical violations at your favorite local restaurants.
Have you guys had somebody in like for the flies?
And you won't believe how they react when our cameras showed up.
I want to eat here.
I'll show you which restaurants were fined and why.
Dirty Dining, Thursday on Fox 59 News at 10.
Follow Nicole Pence on Twitter. And watch her weeknights on Fox 59 News Point at 11.
And let's take a look at your news flash tonight. There are new leads in the kidnapping of a Philadelphia woman that was caught on camera. The leads come as her mother makes a tearful plea for her return.
Please give me another chance. Please give me my baby.
Police have just released 2 photos of a man using Carlisha Freeland Gaither's bank card. Now, that card was used in Maryland early yesterday morning. The 22-year-old was snatched off of Philadelphia Street Sunday night, and surveillance video shows her struggling with the man before she's forced into a car. Police found her glasses and cell phone on the street, and detectives now say they have a different angle of that abduction. The reward for an arrest stands at $42,000. NFL player Adrian Peterson avoids jail time in a child abuse case. In a plea deal today, he pleaded no contest to a reckless assault charge. The Minnesota Viking player was sentenced for 2 years to probation and 80 hours of community service. Peterson was arrested for spanking his 4-year-old boy with a wooden switch.
I stand here and I take full responsibility for my actions.
After his arrest, the Vikings banned him from team activities. Only the NFL commissioner can reinstate him from that exempt list. Prosecutors in the Oscar Pistorius trial are appealing that verdict. They want to overturn the judge's decision to acquit the sprinter of murder. He was found guilty of culpable homicide instead in the shooting death of his girlfriend last year. The judge sentenced Pistorius to 5 years in prison. He will be eligible for house arrest in 10 months. Standing up for his coach, IU point guard Yogi Ferrell says the bad news coming out of Bloomington lately has nothing to do with Coach Tom Crean. Well, tonight, Yogi explains why his team has a problem.
We, the Indiana basketball team, have let down our fans, family, and friends, and those before that have made Indiana basketball what they are today.
Yogi Ferrell met with the media Tuesday afternoon to talk about his leadership role on the team.
I have to hold guys more accountable to their actions and what those actions can do to this program.
Here's the timeline of who's gotten in trouble. In February, Hanner Mosquea Perea was arrested on a drunk driving charge. In April, Farrell and Stanford Robinson were caught drinking. They were both under 21. Then this past weekend, freshman Emmett Holt is blamed for running over teammate Devin Davis Jr. after they were also accused of drinking. Davis is still recovering in the hospital. And Monday, Troy Williams and Stanford Robinson failed drug test. They've been suspended for 4 games. That's a lot of Hoosier basketball players with problems off the court. What did you learn from your arrest?
I learned a lot. I learned that, now I'm doing actions as if, if I'm by myself, as if someone was watching me. So, I feel like I've turned a new leaf.
So who is to blame for all these problems? Has Coach Tom Crean been doing enough? Yogi says yes.
I say the root cause is our entire team ourselves. It has nothing to do with the coaching staff. The coaching staff is great. They get us ready for each game, prepare us as much as they can. I feel like it's just with the team. We don't hold each other accountable.
The Indiana Hoosiers take on SMU Thursday at Assembly Hall. Without 3 of their players, Coach Tom Crean was not available to talk with us today. It is official. The Target store in Castleton is closing. The company just made the announcement. 11 stores are closing overall, but this is the only one in Indiana. Target says that decision was based on financial performance. The store will close on February 1st. The Nora and Glendale Targets will stay open. Thanksgiving is less than a month away, and Central Indiana charities are scrambling to get enough cash to feed thousands of people. Donations are down. The Mosel Sanders Foundation plans to feed 41,000 residents, but in short at least $10,000 right now. Well, the total cost is more than $80,000 to pull off that feast.
It's a little rougher this year because times are rougher. Food has gone up, unemployment is better, but the money isn't coming in.
The Good Samaritan Network in Hamilton County faces the same problem. Leaders of both of the organizations say they do have faith that Hoosiers will step up in time. The Hamilton County Humane Society needs your help tonight. As the weather turns colder, more animals are brought in and fewer people volunteer at that shelter. The Humane Society is one of the only no-kill open admission centers in Central Indiana. Up to 400 animals can be kept there at any given time. But without help, chores like laundry and dishwashing become overwhelming. And the animals up for adoption don't get the attention they deserve.
They can spend 22 to 23 hours a day in a cage, and there's nothing we want more for them to get out, be able to use the restroom outside, stretch their legs.
With regular human interaction, the animals become more healthy and more adoptable. If you can help in any way, go to this story on the homepage of fox59.com.
Well, the weather is improving over central Indiana right now in terms of the rain moving out. The temperatures are dropping. We're going to get some dry time tonight and for much of the day tomorrow. We're already into the lower 40s in Frankfort and Kokomo. You'll get into the 30s tonight. Visibility is dropping. The fog is showing up out there. Some areas now looking at visibility down to 4 miles, Terre Haute and Muncie. Some sunshine will mix with the clouds tomorrow with a high of 56, but much colder to end the work week. And a couple of surges of cold air coming, one again on Saturday, Sunday, and another bigger storm system Tuesday into Wednesday.
Thanks, Brian. And now to tomorrow's headlines and talking points. The Colts in Motion College Tailgate Tour hits the Ball State campus. That tour features an interactive traveling museum and the QB Challenge. The Christmas Gift and Hobby Show kicks off at the State Fairgrounds. It runs through Sunday. Tickets are $12 each. And the International Friendship Balloon will fly over Indianapolis. The hot air balloon has been flown across the globe while attempting a world record. It started its journey in Spain last year. And last year, bad winter weather kept millions of Americans from getting their Christmas gifts on time. Well, this year, shipping companies want to avoid another delivery disaster. FedEx has even hired meteorologists to track the winter storms, along with more employees. UPS is adding 95,000 temporary workers, and Amazon has expanded its shipping centers and is also adding thousands of workers. Our Colts did a good job last night, didn't they, Charlie?
They did. They left it all on the field, and now they have a little bit of time to get all of that energy back. Coming up in sports, how the Colts are spending their week off, and some of their plans a little more exciting than others.
Fox 59 presents Health Tracks with American Senior Communities.
Gordon Schaefer received a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star for his bravery in World War II. Thank you for your heroic service.
Well, thank you.
Betty Phillips continues to volunteer after nearly 30 years of dedication. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are so honored to serve a generation that really made a difference. To learn more about these and other special stories, visit us at ascseniorcare.com.
After 44 years in the same location, Roberts is excited to announce our move to a brand new store at 220 East St. Clair Street, and we are ready to celebrate. Join us for our big grand reopening event on November 7th and 8th. We'll have huge savings on cameras, accessories, printers, and more. Free photography seminars taught by some of the industry's best photographers, and amazing giveaways and much more. Visit our website for all the details on our grand reopening and stop by to see us at our beautiful new store this weekend.
Hey, it's Mr. Monopoly and the new Monopoly Millionaires Club lottery game, where you have 3 ways to become a millionaire. First, win the top prize of up to $25 million when you match all the draw numbers. Or win $1 million when you match all the club numbers. Or you could win up to $1 million as a contestant on the exciting new TV game show in Las Vegas. Play the Monopoly Millionaires Club game today. There could be more $1 million prizes than any lottery game in U.S. history. The Hoosier Lottery. Play today. Imagine that.
I'm Jim Dubach, attorney with the Hankey Law Office. As a deputy prosecutor, I learned that to get justice, you sometimes must take a case to trial. Now I bring that same commitment to the injured clients of our office. If you've been injured, understand that the insurance company is not required to protect your rights. Consult an experienced attorney. Give us a call or visit us online at hankeylaw.com.
It's a great big world, and it can all be yours. Here and only here.
The Pacers with their first divisional game of the season tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks were in town, with both teams looking to improve their 1-2 records. David West, one of several Pacers nursing an injury and out for tonight's game. And those absences showed. Third quarter, Indiana struggling, down by 13. Jabari Parker goes down low and gets the bucket, increasing the Bucks' lead to 15 points. The Pacers battle back, though. Fourth quarter, 44 seconds to go. Chris Copeland draining the three, putting Indiana within just 3 points, but Milwaukee had an answer. Seconds later, Brandon Knight nailing a three, and the Bucks go on to win this one, 87-81. The Colts bye week has officially begun, and all the guys with different plans for their days off. One thing they do have in common, positive energy from their primetime bounce-back win over the Giants last night. The guys say this break couldn't come at a better time. It's midway through the season and their bodies are hurting. The rest will be needed for their next matchup against the Patriots. Take a listen at what they have planned for the next 5 days.
Just visit my fiance. She in law school, so just spend time, family time.
Go home back to Miami and just hang with my mom. I want to hang with my mom, both of my brother and my dad. I just want to just chill out for a minute, even though I'm going to be a football fan, especially college football. You know, LSU and Alabama playing, so, you know, my eyes going to be glued on that.
I know I'm going to Miami for a little bit and then go to Atlanta, so a lot of traveling.
After the bye, the Colts have 3 home games in a row. The Patriots for Sunday Night Football. Next is the Jaguars, followed by the Redskins. The team's last primetime event will be on December 21st in Dallas.
Time now for tonight's What's the Point? Voter turnout for today's midterm election was low nationwide, despite an important battle for control of Congress. So what's the point if you didn't do your civic duty? Well, this will be the most expensive midterm election in history, costing nearly $4 billion. That's a B. And it sets the stage for a 2016 presidential contest that could cost double-digit billions. Most of that money is spent by political parties on campaigning, staff salaries, and advertising. And of course, the rainy weather today didn't really help encourage anybody who was thinking about going to go.
It started off pretty dreary, but we were able to hold the rain off for a few hours and a decent morning commute. We will have a dry one tomorrow morning and a dry evening commute as well. The rain is out for now. Temperatures will actually rebound to 56 for a high. 48 on Thursday and possibly falling. There's another jab of colder air coming down. Could mix over to some snow showers Thursday night. Another shot of cold air Saturday into Sunday, and a bigger autumn storm system could really tug down some cold air by the middle of next week. We'll watch that carefully.
We will watch it indeed.
Man.
Thanks for joining us tonight for News Point at 11. Don't forget you can get all your latest news at fox59.com, and the morning show starts at 4 a.m.